Welcome, and thank you guys for joining us. Today, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process for becoming a mortgage loan originator in less than 30 days. So what I'm going to teach you today is the step-by-step process on how you can become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less, even if you have no prior mortgage experience, even if you have no prior real estate experience. Now, some of you guys are going to follow this plan to the T, and you're going to be able to begin to originate loans in 30 days or less. For some of you, you may, take a little bit longer, but I promise you that after this training, you will know and you will understand the step-by-step process for becoming an MLO, mortgage loan originator, in 30 days or less. Now, the rules have changed. Real estate agents can now originate loans if you're properly licensed. So I'm going to explain to you what that means to be properly licensed. But imagine, for those of you on the call that are real estate agents, to be able to earn income not only from the real estate side of the transaction, but also the mortgage side as well. I just did a loan where I was the real estate agent and I got paid on that side of the commission, and I was the loan originator. So I was able to get paid on that side of the transaction. So again, the rules have changed. As a real estate agent, you can now originate loans and handle real estate transactions on the same property if you're properly licensed. And again, over the next hour, I'm going to show you what it means to be properly licensed. Now, for those of you that are not real estate agents, well, everyone that wants to originate loans and be a loan originator does not necessarily want to do real estate or sell homes, and that's fine. There was plenty of loan officers in the past that did not do real estate, that all they wanted to do was originate and do loans. Well, again, the rules have changed. Now you have to have an NMLS license in order to originate loans, and we're going to show you exactly the steps that it takes in order for you to do that. So we're going to get started. In the past, we've all known someone who was a loan officer, right? That's what they used to call us back before the whole mortgage meltdown, loan officers. Now the term is mortgage loan originator. But if you think about it, in the past, we've all known someone in our family, in our lives, that did loans. I could remember going to the hairdresser. My hairdresser did loans. I would go to the grocery store. The person that bagged my groceries also did loans. And if you think about it, in your family, your uncle, your cousin, your neighbor, you knew someone that did loans. Because back before 2008, 2009, when the rules changed, you didn't have to be licensed in order to do loans. So everyone was a loan officer. Well, now the rules have changed. This training is for you if you want to obtain an NMLS license, but you can't afford to take a lot of time off work to complete the required pre-licensing training. See, now there's some training that has to be done in order for you to be able to originate loans. You have to take 20 hours of pre-licensing training. Think about it. Those of you guys that are real estate agents, before you became a real estate agent, you had to do 3 classes and you had to take a test. Well, now that's pretty much what you have to do for a mortgage loan originator. You have to take a 20-hour pre-licensing class. A lot of schools offer them in the evening, or you can take time off work and go to them during the day. But maybe you want to obtain this license, but you can't take a lot of time off work or away from family to get the required 20-hour pre-licensing done. We're going to show you how you can get this done and completed in as little time as necessary, 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, so that you can go on to do what you need to do to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. This training is for you if you are a real estate professional struggling to generate additional income. Again, the rules have changed. Now real estate agents can also originate loans if you're properly licensed. And I'm going to take you through the steps today to show you what that means to be properly licensed. Maybe you've tried to pass the exam in the past, but failed? If that's your case, this training is for you. We're going to show you the step-by-step method that we take our students through that have helped us to earn our 92% pass rate. We have a 92% pass rate for helping students pass the NMLS exam. It's a tough exam. The pass rate right now is 54%. That means almost half the people that take this exam, they fail it the first time. And the people that fail it notoriously are real estate agents, because we think the test is all about real estate or mortgages, and it isn't. It's all about federal rules, regulations, and laws, and you have to study for it. So maybe you've tried to pass the exam in the past, but failed. If that's your situation, this training is for you. Maybe you just want to become a mortgage loan originator. You always wanted to be into finance or originate loans, but you just weren't sure how to make it happen. Well, over the next hour, you're going to know step by step how to make that happen. So even if you're slightly interested in becoming a mortgage loan originator, this is one training you really don't want to miss. So I'm glad you guys are all here. My promise to you today is that you're going to learn the following. The 6 steps that it takes to become a licensed mortgage loan originator and a plan on how to do it in 30 days or less. 6 steps. That's all it takes. Completely doable in 30 days or less. And like I said in the beginning, some of you guys are going to follow this plan to the T, and you're going to be licensed in 30 days or less. Some of you, it may take a little bit longer, but you're going to know exactly what you need to do in order to be licensed in 30 days or less. I'm also going to go through the 5 biggest mistakes that will prevent you from obtaining your NMLS license. There's 5 things that people do all the time that prevent them from obtaining a license. I'm going to take you through those. I'm going to go into detail on what those 5 steps are, these mistakes that people make, and I want you to avoid them. So if you know what the mistakes are, maybe you can avoid them in the first place. And again, I'm going to take you through the exact steps that we've taken our past students through that have helped us to earn our 92% pass rate. I'm not sure if you had a chance to check us out before you signed up for this training, but we have a great Yelp page, Google reviews, Facebook reviews. We have a pretty good pass rate. We don't have a problem getting people to pass the test. My biggest thing, and I'm the main instructor, is getting people to do what I say you need to do to pass the test. We have a system in place, and I'm going to share that with you. And if you follow the system, you will pass this very difficult exam. So let's focus. If you have your cell phone ringer on, this is the time to put it on silent. If you have other tabs open, Facebook and all of those other things, yeah, go ahead and turn those down so that I can have your complete attention. And if you're serious about creating big results, the info that I'm going to share with you over the next 60 minutes is going to seriously give you the opportunity to change the amount of income that you have coming into your household. And for those of you that are on this webinar, on this training, stick with me. And at the end of this webinar, just right after the question and answer portion, I'm going to share with you our #1 resource that we use for helping students pass this exam. I call it my NMLS cheat sheet. But you have to stay on to the end in order to get it. And it's free. So again, for those of you that stick with me and stay on this training to the end, right after I do question and answers, I'm going to share with you our #1 resource that we use for helping students to pass the NMLS exam. So let's get started. Who am I? My name is Artricia Woods, and I am the broker owner of Affinity Real Estate Mortgage and Training. We do training in real estate, mortgages, things of that nature. I have a master's degree. We are an actual brokerage. But my passion is in teaching. What I like to do is take hard to learn information, whether it's the real estate exam, insurance exam, notary exam, NMLS exam, and break it down to what I call Sesame Street style and help people pass these very difficult exams. So yes, I am a broker. I'm also a wife, a mother, a grandma, but my passion is in helping others learn this very difficult stuff so that we can get you guys to pass these exams. Enough about me. Why would you want to become a mortgage loan originator? What is the income potential? Well, let's take a look. In April of this year, Indeed.com reported that the average mortgage loan originator, the average, made $83,000 a year. That's the average. That's not even the top. But the average mortgage loan originator across the United States earned $83,000 a year. That's a lot of money. And if you want to see for your particular state, you can go to Indeed.com and you can put in your location. Like I happen to be here in California, but we have people on the call from everywhere, and you can see how much it is in your particular state. In my state, California, it's in the 90s. So the income potential is there. And what if you're doing this on a part-time basis? On a full-time basis? What if you're also doing real estate along with it? This is the income potential for becoming a mortgage loan originator. Let's take a closer look. The average percentage that a loan officer will make on a loan is 2% on every loan they close. And that is average. Most of us charge 3 points, 3% on a loan. But for the point of simplicity, let's just use 2%. And let's say that you did a loan on a home. Let me get the next screen there. That was worth $250,000. If you worked on a home that was $250,000 and you only charged 2 points, that's $5,000 income on one loan. Think about that. Again, most of us would charge the average, which is 3%. But also, a $250,000 home, how many homes do you do loans on? That's just 250. So, the income potential is there. Here in California, we have homes up into the millions. But let's keep it simple. Say you did a loan and you only charged 2 points. And the loan amount was $250, which is very low. That's $5,000 income on one loan. That's more than some people make in a whole month. What if you were also doing the real estate side of this transaction? What if you also had a regular 9-to-5 job? An extra $5,000 a month for doing one loan? And I'm sure if you're getting into this business that you plan on doing more than one loan a month. I'm also sure if you're getting into this business, you're probably going to charge more than 2 points. And I'm also sure that if you're getting into this business, that you will be doing mortgages that are worth more than $250,000. But again, for simplicity purposes, let's take that over a year. Let's carry that over a year. Say you did only do one loan a month for 12 months on a $250,000 home. That's $60,000 income for 1 year. That's more than some people make in 2 households for 1 year. And this is one loan at 2% on a $250,000 home. Again, I'm sure you're going to be charging more than 2%. You'll probably charge the average 3%. Again, your homes will what if it was a $500,000 home instead of a $250,000 home? What if you did more than one loan a month? What if you also did the real estate transaction to this? My point is the income potential is there. The income potential is there. Whether you're doing this full-time or part-time, along with your real estate transactions, the income potential is there. But before you can earn this type of income, you have to be able to pass the NMLS exam. This is what's getting people. It's a very, very difficult exam. Okay? I'm going to be happy to share with you for free the exact strategies that we've used that have worked for our students that have helped us to earn our 92% pass rate. And we tell you guys, go to Yelp, go to Google, go to Facebook, research us. We have a system that we've used for the last 10 years or so that have helped us to gain success for our students. Per the NMLS website, and I shared this with you guys earlier, the pass rate right now is about 54%. This is one of the hardest tests that you'll have to take. That means that almost half the people that take this exam, they fail it the first time. Now, the reason that they fail it is because they take it for granted. And the people that fail it the most are real estate agents and previous loan officers, because we assume that this test is going to be about real estate and mortgages. And it's not. It's all about federal rules, regulations, laws, things that you'll hear me talk about in just a few minutes. So before I go through that, I'm going to take you through and I'm going to discuss the top 5 reasons why people fail the exam. Look at this guy. He's disgusted. He studied. He took his 20-hour. He thought he was ready. He went to go take the exam and he failed it. How many of you guys have tried the exam already? It's a bad feeling to take an exam and fail it, especially when you thought you did your best and that you were prepared. I'm going to take you through the top 5 reasons why people fail the exam. And I want you to listen to me. And I want you to avoid doing these things so that you don't have the same problem. The number 1 reason why people fail the exam: they do not adequately prepare for the exam. You have to be prepared for this exam. It's a tough exam. The 20-hour class alone is not sufficient. And what happens is a lot of you go on and take the 20-hour class, and then you go straight to take the exam, and you fail it. You have to understand that the 20-hour class is a pre-licensing class. It's a prerequisite. Just like those of you guys that are insurance agents or real estate agents, you had to take some prerequisite classes. Well, that's the same thing here. The 20-hour class alone is not enough to pass the exam. That's the class that you have to take to get in the business, not the class that you have to take to pass the exam. It's recommended that you study an additional 10 to 15 hours of good test-taking information so that you can pass the exam. Again, that 20-hour class is not your exam prep class. It's the class that you have to take by law to get in the industry. It teaches you about the mortgage industry and the changes and the things that have taken place. And then, yeah, they have some test-taking stuff there, but that's not your exam prep class. So that's what I mean when I say students are not adequately prepared for the exam, is because they don't study enough. They don't know what to study, and they assume that the 20-hour class is all they need to be prepared for the exam. Number 1 reason why people fail the exam. The number 2 reason why people fail this exam is that they took the wrong pre-licensing class. And what I mean by that is they took the wrong type of pre-licensing class for their learning style. See, most people are going to go for the cheapest source. What I tell you there is you get what you pay for. This is a difficult test. You need to take a quality course. So taking the cheapest course is not going to get you where you need to be. The other thing is that they go for the online version. The online version. And if you're not an online learner, this is not going to help you. Because in online classes, most of them that are out there require that you teach yourself. And they're mostly like read and click next. Read and click next. Well, you can read on your own, but it doesn't mean that you understood what you read, which means a lot of the online classes out there, either their information is outdated or they're required that you teach yourself. Now, we personally have an online class, and it's not like anything else that you have out there. I actually teach you the information that you need. It's an online video-based instructor-led class where I teach you what you need to know. I can't rely that you understood something just because you read it. So that's the other part. We offer both live pre-licensing classes and we offer online. For our live classes, we do them in 2-day boot camp style. You come 2 days. We have them sometimes on the weekends or during the week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 10 hours a day. We get the 20 hours out of the way, boot camp style. That's our live boot camp classes. But for those of you that can't fly in or you're not local here, you can take our online classes. Like I say, our online classes are different than any of those that you're going to find out there. We have a 5-day and a 10-day. In the 5-day class, you have to do 4 hours a day for 5 days. You get your 20 hours. Now, you don't have to do 5 hours at one time. You can do an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, or 3. You can break it up however you want. But 5 days, you have to do 4 hours. Or you can do the 10-day class. Then you have to commit to 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. You can do 15 minutes in the morning, maybe an hour at lunch, as long as you do 2 hours a day for 10 days. So that's my number 2 reason why people fail the exam. They took the wrong type of pre-licensing class for their learning style. Reason number 3, studying without a plan. Studying without a plan. See, some people just go out and buy practice exams, or all they study is practice exams. And the problem with that is that you're not really learning the material. You're just memorizing the questions. And if they ask the question just a little bit differently, then you're completely thrown off. So students that rely solely on practice exams, they're not going to pass. See, you have to understand why the answer is the answer, so that regardless of how they ask that question, you'll be able to figure it out. There's a possible 4,000 exam questions. You can take this exam over and over again and not get the same questions. You're going to have to understand why the answer is the answer. You cannot just count on memorization, and you cannot just count on test questions, practice exams. See, a lot of the questions are going to be scenario-based. They're going to be stories and scenarios, and you're going to have to apply concepts to them. So you may know things like RESPA, Antilla, and ECOA. That's not going to be enough. You're going to have to know how each of those work together so that you can get past these case scenario questions. So studying without a plan is the number 3 reasons why people fail this exam. Number 4, waiting too long before taking the exam. Waiting too long before taking the exam. Number 1, the information starts to leave you. But number 2, this test has changed a lot, and it's going to continue to change. It's changed at least 8 times since I've been teaching it. And as the rules change, as the laws change, as the economy changes, it's going to change again. So waiting too long before taking the exam, that's not a good thing. That's why we teach people how to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. If you don't do it in 30 days, do it in 45. If you don't do it in 45, at least do it in 60. Okay, but you don't want to wait too long before taking the exam. That's the number 4 reason why people fail. Reason number 5, and this is the biggest one, not understanding exactly what's going to be on the exam. You have to know what to study. You have to know what's going to be on the exam so that you can be prepared. And this is a big one because the NMLS actually gives you a test outline, and it tells you exactly what's going to be covered on the exam. And most people don't even know it exists. That's one of the things that I'm going to give you today in our cheat sheet for those of you that stay to the end. The NMLS outline, where it tells you exactly what subjects they're going to test you on. That way you can study that particular material. It contains the recent changes, including TRID, qualified mortgages, things of that nature. It goes over all 5 sections of the exam and tell you what topics are going to be covered in those sections. Taking this exam without a clear idea of what's on the exam is like driving cross country without a map. Do you get that? I'm going to say that again. Taking this exam without a clear idea of what's on the exam, guys, that's like driving cross country without a map. How do you know if you're studying the right information? How do you know if you're going in the correct direction? So that's my number 5 reason why people don't pass this exam. So I'd like to share with you a testimony from one of our past students. This is Alexandria, and this is what she had to say. I took the 20-hour requirement online, not with Artricia. Then I took the exam and I didn't pass. Then I took the exam prep course online, again, not with Artricia. She took the exam again and she didn't pass. See, this is how it goes. If you take the exam once and you fail it, you have to wait 30 days before you can retake it again. If you fail 3 times, then you have to wait 6 months before you can retake it again. So she said, I was so frustrated because if I was to take it one more time and not pass, I'd have to wait 6 months before I can retake it again. A coworker recommended Artricia's NMLS course. She gave us a shot. The tips and tricks you taught me helped me memorize the many little details. She took the class. She studied for 6 days, and then she passed the exam. She passed the exam after studying for 6 days. This is Philip. Philip works for State Farm. So this is what he had to say. After attending your class, which was very entertaining and helpful, I passed the exam the first try. See, that's what you want to be able to say, that you passed it the first try. For those of you that have already tried it before, you want to say you passed it the second time. Okay? Your ways of helping us memorize the cumbersome regulations definitely helped, and I'll be recommending it to other State Farm agents. State Farm recently bought a bank, and now they are encouraging all of their insurance agents to get an MLO license so that they can go back to all of their clients that they've sold insurance to and let them know that we can now help you with your mortgage, buy a house. We can also help you refinance your house, whatever the case may be. So that was Philip. So here we go. These are the 6 steps that it takes to become a mortgage loan originator. And I'm going to show you how it's totally doable to obtain your NMLS license, your NMLS endorsement in 30 days or less. Again, 6 steps. Totally doable in 30 days or less. Some of you guys are going to do it in the 30 days or less. Some of you may let it stretch out more. But you're going to know what you need to do and how you can become a licensed mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less, whether you have mortgage experience, whether you have real estate experience, none of that matters. So here we go. Step number 1. Step number 1 is you have to get your NMLS ID. You have to get your NMLS ID. We call it our unique identifier. That takes 5 minutes. You're going to go to the NMLS website. You're going to register for your number. The information will be on the cheat sheet I'm going to give you at the end. And it takes 5 minutes to get your number. This is a number that's going to be tied to you for your entire mortgage career. They don't keep track of you with your Social Security number. They keep track of you with this NMLS number, your unique identifier number. So that's step 1, is to get your NMLS ID. Step number 2 is to complete your 20-hour pre-licensing course. This is where I want you to get this out of the way as soon as possible. So I've given you a couple of options. I told you about our 2-day live boot camp. You come for 2 days, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. for 2 days, 20 hours. It's done. You have 28 days left to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. Come to the 2-day boot camp. If you can't come to the 2-day boot camp, take our 5-day online 20-hour class. 5 days. You have 25 days left to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. In the 5-day class, you have to do 4 hours a day for 5 days. Again, you pick the hours. They don't have to be done all at the same time. Maybe you do an hour before work. Maybe you do an hour at lunch and you finish up the rest when you get home. Up to you. 5 days, 4 hours. Your 20 hours is out of the way. You have 25 days left to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. If the 5-day doesn't work for you, you have a 10-day option. You can do 2 hours a day. Any 2 hours you want. Maybe you do 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. As long as before the end of the night, you've done 2 hours for 10 days. Then you have 30 days left to become a mortgage loan originator. I'm sorry, if you do the 10 days, you have 20 days left to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. Totally doable. So that's step 2. You can do it in 5 days, 2 days, or 10 days. We have the 2-day boot camp, the 5-day online, and the 10-day. Plenty of time to still become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. Get that out of the way so that you can get to this part. This is where I'd rather you spend your time, studying and preparing for the exam. We offer an exam prep class. That's where I want you to spend your time. Because remember, the 20-hour class is the class that you have to take to get in the business. It's not your exam prep class. So for step 3, I want you to have 7 to 10 solid days where you can study good exam prep information so that you can pass the test the first time. So step 3 is where you have to get in and study. I would like for you to devote 7 to 10 days of studying good exam prep material so that you can pass the exam the first time. Step number 4, 5, and 6. Guys, those can all be done at one time. Those can all be done on the same day. Step 4 is completing your application. Once you've passed the test, you're eligible to do the application. It's called an MU4 application. Your name, your address, your social, your work history can be done in an hour. Then you're going to do your background check and your credit report. Background check is a live scan. You're going to pay for it. They're going to tell you the centers that you can go to near your zip code. Get that done the same day. And they're going to pull your credit. $19 for them to pull your credit. The credit report scares a lot of people. They think, oh, what if I have bad credit or late payments or things of that nature? None of that's going to matter. None of that's going to matter. It's a formality. They have to have it on record. Now, if you have IRS lien or things of that nature, they may ask for a letter of explanation. But I've been doing this for 11 years or so, and I haven't really seen anyone turned down because of credit. And I've seen bankruptcies, foreclosures, late payments, all of that stuff. And step 6, obtain sponsorship. That's simply telling them where you're going to work. Are you going to work as a real estate agent with a real estate broker, or are you going to work with a mortgage company? These are the 6 steps that it takes to become a mortgage loan originator. Totally 100% doable. We do it all the time to show people how to do this and be licensed in 30 days or less. Step number 1, 5 minutes, get your ID. Step number 2, complete your 20-hour class. Do it in 2 days. You have 28 days left. Do it in 5 days. You have 25 days left. Do it in 10 days. You have 20 days left. Then you want to study. 7 to 10 days to study, pass the exam, do steps number 4, 5, and 6, all in the same day. So, why are you here today? Maybe you've tried to pass the exam in the past and you can't afford to fail again. Maybe that's the reason why you're here. Maybe you're a real estate professional trying to generate additional income. Again, the rules have changed. Real estate and the agents can now originate loans if you're properly licensed. What does it mean to be properly licensed? If you've obtained an NMLS endorsement, took your 20-hour class, passed the test, now you can do both. There are some restrictions, especially in dealing with FHA loans. You'll learn about those as you do business and during the class. But the point is, now you can, I just did one. The bar wasn't FHA. They put 5% down. I was able to do the real estate transaction, charge 3 points for that. I was able to do the mortgage and charge points for that. That's the whole purpose. I got tired of giving my money to the loan guy. I wanted to be the loan guy since I was doing the majority of the work anyway. So now, maybe you're a real estate professional trying to generate additional income. Maybe that's the reason why you're here today. Maybe you want to provide multiple services to clients you already have. We have CPAs that already have clientele, insurance agents that already have clientele. You want to be able to go back to those individuals and let them know there's a different service that I can offer you now. I can give you a VA loan. I can give you a reverse mortgage. I can help you refinance. I can help you get a loan on things of that nature. Maybe you want to provide multiple services to clients you already have. Maybe you just want to become a mortgage loan originator, but you just were not sure how to make that happen. Maybe that is the reason why you're here today. Whatever the reason, you can see we have you covered. You have to take the 20-hour class. We offer the 20-hour class, as I said, several different ways. You can do a 2-day boot camp. People fly from everywhere to conferences. Or you can do the 5-day or the 10-day online format. 100% up to you. Our online classes start every Monday. Every Monday. Here is another testimony. This is Benji, and this is what Benji had to say. Just wanted to let you know that I passed my exam yesterday with 80% first take. That's what you want to do, first take. So you have to have a score of 75% or higher. Affinity mortgage training is incredible. Artricia has a system, and you're going to hear me say the word system so many times. Follow the system that breaks it down so that you can pass the exam the first time. He took the online course. He studied for 2 weeks. See, he was serious about becoming a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. He says the test is no joke, but the class gives you what you need to pass. This test is very difficult, and he doesn't want to take it again. This is what the test consists of. Okay? There's 5 sections of the exam. So the course is broken down into those 5 modules. In Module 1, we're going to go through the federal mortgage-related laws. That's about 23% of the exam. RESPA, TILA, ECOA, HMDA. We're going to talk about the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act and the Electronic Signatures Act. All of the federal laws. This is the hardest part of the exam for most people. In Module 2, General Mortgage Knowledge. That's about 23% of the exam. Module 3, Mortgage Loan Origination Activities. That's the biggest part, 25% of the exam. And that's the section where you would think real estate agents and mortgage people would do good, but they don't. Because they want to answer the questions about the way that things were done in the past. And you have to learn the way that things are done now. I can't tell you how many times that a person in my classes would say, when I used to do loans, it was done this way. Back in the day, the ratios were this. Or this is how we do it in our office. No. You have to learn the way that it's done now and pass the test based on the rules and regulations that are in place today. A lot of the things that were available and that were being done in the past, that's not how it's done. And that's why you have to take the 20-hour class and the exam prep class so you can learn how to originate mortgages now in today's world. Module 4 is ethics, 16% of the exam. And Module 5 is uniform state content. Now let me tell you about this part. This section is the section of the exam, which is the reason why you don't have to take a separate exam in every state. See, now there's only one exam for all states. One exam. See, you used to have to take a national and a California. And then if you want to do loans in Texas, you would take the national and the Texas, or the national and the Utah, or the national exam in whatever other state you wanted to do loans in. Not anymore. Now there's only one exam for all states. One exam for all states. Now, some states do require additional education, but you won't be tested on it. For example, Arizona requires 3 hours. I had a client that called and says, I have a property in Arizona. Can you help me refinance it? I simply said, let me call you back tomorrow. I went online. I did the 3 hours of Arizona training. I called him back the next day. I took the loan application. Some states require additional education, but you won't be tested on it. One exam covers all states. And that's new. That's new. This is the last testimony I'm going to share with you, okay? And this one is my favorite one. This is Heather. And the reason why it's my favorite one is because Heather had no mortgage experience at all. She had not even bought a house before. And she passed the exam with 91% score. She scored 91% on this exam without knowing nothing about real estate, nothing about mortgages, and hadn't even bought her first house. So this is what she had to say. So take it from someone who got 91% on the test without being in the industry this class works. First, I should say that she gives you specific instructions on what to study and what order to do them. I told you guys about that system, and that's what I did. See, Heather came to me and she said, tell me what to do, how to do it, and I'll do it. And that's what she did. She took the course. She did all the exam. She studied for 3 weeks. See, she wanted to become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. The test is no joke, but the class gives you what you need to pass. And that's Heather. So the obvious question is, and I'm coming to a close in just a few. The obvious question is, how do I make all of this work so that I can get things up and running quickly? That's probably what you're asking yourself. How can I get this going so that I can get going and running quickly? Again, you have to start with the 20-hour course. We offer it in boot camp style or online. These are all the items and things that come with our 20-hour course. Either you're going to come to 2 full days or you do the 5-day or the 10-day. We give you audio, we give you practice, a couple of practice exams, math supplements, things of that nature to start getting you in the mode to take the test. Because remember, the 20-hour class is not your exam prep class. But we want to get you to the point where you're getting ready to take and pass the exam. Once you take your 20-hour class and you get your pre-licensing requirement out of the way, you need to take an exam prep class. See, that's when it's go time. It's time for you to start getting ready to pass this very difficult exam. So you see all the things that we offer here. We offer it live and online. If you're doing live, you're going to come one day for 5 hours and you're going to take a live exam prep class. If you're doing it online, it's like our online class, video-based and structure-led, where I teach you through the videos on how to pass the exam. So this is what it comes with. Either you're going to come to the 5-hour live or you're going to do the videos. We're going to give you an audio link of an entire live class. A lot of times people say, can I come to the class over and over again? You're not going to need to. We're going to send you home with a 4-hour video of an entire live class. So you can relive the class, rewatch it, or listen to it as many times as you want because we're going to send you home with it. We're also going to give you 10 practice exams with 100 questions each, a math supplement, acronyms guide, tons of things. Because see, the point is, at this point, you're studying to pass the exam. So we're going to give you what you need to pass the exam. If you just needed the 20-hour class, and our price for the 20-hour class is generally $395. If you're getting it today, we're going to take $75 off, and it will be $320. But remember, that class alone is not going to be what you need. You also need the exam prep class. So if you're taking the exam prep class in combination with the 20-hour class, we'll give you $100 off this class. It's normally $260. We're going to give it to you for $160 when you're taking the combination class. Now, if you don't need the 20-hour class, maybe some of you guys have already taken it before, you just need exam prep, we'll still give you a little discount, $25. But for those of you that haven't taken the 20-hour class, you should take the combination class. So the combination class, the 20-hour class, and the exam prep, we're going to give it to you for $480. We're going to take $175 off the price. So it would normally be $655. For those of you that are on the call today that order by midnight, then you're going to be able to get it instead of $655, you're going to get it for $480. That will be the 20-hour class in whichever format you want, the exam prep class. And you see the links here. You would go to our website, MLOtrainingacademy.com/5-day if you want the 5-day class, or /10-day if you want the 10-day. If you wanted to take the classes live, MLOtrainingacademy.com/live course combo. And for those of you that only need exam prep, maybe you've already taken a 20-hour class. See, once you take it, it's good for 5 years. The information isn't good, but the credit is. But if you just need exam prep, you want to use that link and we'll still give you $25 off. In addition, we will give you a few bonuses. These are called fast action bonuses. We're offering those today for those of you that act fast. That's why they're called fast action bonuses. They expire at midnight. There was a book that I wrote. You can get it on Amazon right now and on eBay, and I think on Barnes & Noble too, but a book that I wrote, 700 things you must know to pass the NMLS exam. 700 key facts that you must know if you want to pass this exam. It's valued at $125. For those of you that purchase today, we're going to give you that at no additional cost to go along with your class. Fast action bonus. Another fast action bonus that we're going to throw in, I made a kit. Sometimes people get licensed and they still don't know what to do. You know, you have a license now, what's the next step? How do I move forward? So I call it the NMLS Exam Prep Success Kit. And it has some good things in that kit that's going to help you with your mortgage career. We're going to give you that today for those of you that act today by midnight. So for $480 instead of the $655, you will get those fast action bonuses again with your exam prep and your 20-hour. There's a few other bonuses that my staff threw in for you guys today. One is a downloadable Audible flashcard system. A lot of times people go and try to make their own flashcards. Well, we've made them for you. Okay? Downloadable flashcards. Imagine driving in your car at the gym, at work, being able to listen to me, ask you a question, wait a second, give you an answer. Ask a question, I can quiz you. So when you go to the gym or you're driving in the car, you don't listen to music while you're studying. You're listening to me quiz you with these 500 or so flashcards while you're studying for the exam. You're going to get that at no additional cost if you order today by midnight. In addition, we'll give you access to our private Facebook study group where you can post questions. I put pop quizzes in there every single day. I put training videos in there, things of that nature. And this one is a big one here. You will get an entire 4-hour video audio of a live exam prep class. Those of you that purchase today with the fast action bonuses with your purchase at no additional cost, we're going to give you a video and audio file where you can listen to or watch one of our live exam prep classes so that you can start getting ready now to pass the exam. If you were to try to purchase all of that individually, it'd be over $1,400. Of course, we don't want you to spend $1,400. Your total investment today for this would be $480. $480. And again, these are the links. MLOtrainingacademy.com/5-day online combo or 10-day online combo. Maybe you want the live course combo. And even if you just get the exam prep, we're still going to give you those bonuses as long as you do this by midnight. So your total investment will be $480. And if you still need assistance, we have a payment plan available. We use a third party called Affirm. And what they do is they break your payments into 3 monthly payments, interest-free. So say if you were getting the combo of $480, it would be $160 for 3 months. Maybe you don't have $480 right now, but maybe you have the $160. And maybe if you're getting exam prep only, they will do that. Affirm, you can break that into 3 payments as well. So whatever help you need, we're just trying to help you guys. At checkout, that's when you would see the opportunity to choose the payment plan if you want to break your payments into 3 interest-free payments. The total package, $480 instead of $655. These are the sites where you would actually get the information. Now, I promise you guys, and we're coming to the end, I promise you guys that if you stuck with me to the end, that you're going to get a resource. This is how you get it. Everyone on the call, we're going to email it to you anyway. But if you just want it right now, you can send a text. And look here on the screen. You want to send a text to the number 44222. That's the number that you're going to send a text to. 44222. And in the message, simply type NMLS cheat sheet. No spaces, just like I have it there. NMLS cheat sheet. with no spaces, and then it will ask you for your email address, and it will send you the NMLS cheat sheet. If for some reason you could not get this to work for you, don't worry. Within an hour of me closing this webinar, I'm going to be emailing it out to everyone that is on the webinar as well. But that's how you can get it, and that's the one thing that I promise you guys that stuck around. Now, I do want to show you, for those of you guys that are signing up. So I do want to make sure, for those of you guys that are signing up, that you know how to actually sign up. You're going to go to these websites, whether you want the 5-day, the 10-day, the live, or the exam. You're going to choose your course. You're going to pay for it. And then there's a shopping cart at the top. Once you click that shopping cart, then you can check out. If you want the payment plan, then you can do the payment plan at that time. If you want to pay for it all at one time, then you have that option as well. And that's pretty much it. This is what I want to say to you right now. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. In the beginning of the year, we make all these goals, these resolutions, and these plans, and some of us haven't even started on any of that. Time is going by. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. And with that, guys, I thank you for joining us. I'm going to start answering any questions. If you do have questions, go ahead and put those questions in the question box, and I will answer as many of them as I can. If you need to call us, I have the number there. But I hope that you learned something. Thank you for attending with us. And again, we appreciate your time. And let us help you. Let us help you become a mortgage loan originator in 30 days or less. Thank you, and have a great day. Again, if you have questions, start typing them in the question box, and I will answer them until there are no more. If for some reason you didn't get your question answered, or you need to speak with someone, that's the number there, 800-991-6097. Press extension 2. We do get a high call volume, so if you have to leave a message, and we'll call you right back. Again, thank you guys for attending.